Hello and welcome to HODL Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches. Are you ready to ride this crypto wave with me? I am Tom Durante, the maestro. Oh, me? I'm just a crypto enthusiast who got into this wild world back in 2020 with a GPU mining rig. With just a GPU mining rig and a passion for passive income. I'm bullish on Bitcoin and Cardano, but I also love chasing profits in other coins. Is my music too loud? Is that better? It's really booming in here. This is one of my favorites. I love this one. It's a little loud. Is that better? Tell me that's better. Tell me that's better, Butters. I also love chasing profits with other coins with my music background and my background music, which was just too loud. I bring a unique vibe to breaking down the crypto economy. Think of it as a soundtrack to your hodling journey. Here on HODL Harmony, expect daily videos with market updates, simple technical analysis to read those charts, wallet guides to keep your coin safe, stories from my ongoing mining journey, and practical crypto tips. Whether you're new or a seasoned hodler, I'm here to learn and grow with you. I may be just a few years ahead of you on your journey, but I am no expert. So as always, do your own research. And if you enjoy what I do, please make sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe, poke the notification bell, and so that you get notified whenever I put out new content, and make sure, most importantly of all, share this video with all your friends and your family and your neighbors and your enemies and all the other good people who you want to share this message with. Follow me on YouTube and Instagram and X for more. Let's find the harmony in hodling together. Alrighty, I hope you're having a great Friday. Happy Friday to ya. How are we doing today? Let me get my charts all set up. There's a little bit of blood in the streets, but you know what they say. You need to buy when there's blood in the streets. What is... I don't know what my crypto news was talking about. Cardano. Alright, I'm just getting everything reconnected over here. And I'm going to jump right into the news. I don't know what it is, but I was wheezing a while back. It seems like months ago. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but I just can't get rid of this wheezing. So that's fun. Maybe I should get that checked out. You know? Alrighty. Well, it looks like people were in here and now there's just nobody. It's just me. Ooh, I'm not even watching my own video. I gotta be watching my own video. I love to watch myself. So, Butters, I hope you saw that I used your screen grab of me for my thumbnail for the last video. Oh, that's cool. So when I'm live on YouTube, my icon turns into a live icon on all my videos. And you can't see that. Oh, there it goes. It just went in. All right, let's get into the news. Did I click my video? Yes, I did. There's me watching me. It's me watching me. That's fun. All right. So I added a little something to our news rundown. At the end of this news rundown, we're going to look at the top 5 gainers and losers for today. So stay posted for that. Number 1, Bitcoin drops 4% to $107,000. Bitcoin fell 4% to $107,000 after hitting a $112,000 peak, driven by Trump's tariff threats on EU products and iPhones per Crypto Slate. The global crypto market cap slid 4% to $3.56 trillion, with a $248 billion in stablecoins. Well, that's fun. Number 2, the House of Representatives in the United States probes Trump's crypto dinner. They were just upset that they weren't invited. House Democrats, led by Representative Maxine Waters, a lovely human being, introduced the Stop Trump in Crypto app. You can just hear Stop Trump in Crypto app to block Trump and his family from profiting off crypto ventures like World Liberty Financial's USD1 stablecoin, citing foreign influence concerns at his May 22nd Trump meme coin. What do you think, Harmonians? Will they try to impeach Trump again for this? I'm sorry. We had an emotional time on my music channel earlier. One of my viewers asked me to make a song for his mother who passed away. And as you can imagine, that went about how it went. It was beautiful, and it was... I didn't cry, but, you know, maybe he did. But yeah, that was something. So what do you think, friends? Are they going to try and impeach Trump for having investments in crypto? Can we see it coming a mile away? Can we see it coming a mile away? It's so annoying. Get a life, people. Get a life. And maybe do your job. Maybe just do your job and get the out of the way. That would be great. Number 3, CFTC eyes crypto perpetual futures. Outgoing CFTC Commissioner Summer Mersinger says the U.S. could soon approve crypto perpetual futures, enabling high leverage trading without owning assets, a move she called beneficial before joining the Blockchain Association as SEO. Where's all my Harmonians? Chatting with the guy who I made the song for, so I apologize. All right, at least we got some good background music here. Let's move it right along here. Number 4, Binance Launch Pool hosts Huma. I don't know what that is. Binance's Launch Pool featured Huma Finance, a tokenized real-world asset project, driving a surge in user participation and boosting Huma's visibility, per X post. Number 5, Sui LP hacked, oh no, for $200 million plus. Sui's liquidity pool reportedly lost over $200 million in a hack, shaking confidence in the Layer 1 blockchain, with details still emerging on X. Well, that's not good. I hold some Sui. Okay, I don't know what this next story is talking about, because according to my chart, we did no such thing. So I'm just going to read it, but it doesn't look like it's true. Cardano's ADA nears $1. Cardano ADA hit 92 cents, up 5%, with analysts eyeing a $1 target by June, fueled by network upgrades like Hydra and Midnight, per Bankrate. Okay, so just take a little peek at the nothing. Hang on one second. So just take a look at this. My chart says ADA peaked at 84 cents. So I'm not sure where they're getting that information. So just a little fact check. Fact check live on HODL Harmony. Number 7, Cookie surges 70%. I didn't even know there was a token called Cookie, but I'm not really surprised. Cookie Coin jumped 70% in 24 hours after its first campaign announcement, reflecting meme-driven volatility in smaller tokens. Isn't that interesting? Number 8, Hong Kong passes stablecoin bill. Nice. Hong Kong's legislator approved a stablecoin regulatory framework, positioning the city as a crypto hub. Per posts on X. I love how it used to say per X posts, and now it's saying per posts on X. Mr. Butters, where did you go? He's chatting in the Discord. Number 9, New York City launches Crypto Council. New York City formed a crypto advisory council to guide policy, signaling urban adoption. But I just realized what I said. Herbal adoption. That's different. But they already have that, I'm pretty sure. But sparking debate over regulation. Signaling urban adoption, but sparking debate over regulation. Per post on X. And our final story, number 10. Solana's developer boom. Solana's developer community grew 23% month over month, with 4,200 monthly active developers, second only to Ethereum, boosting ecosystem optimism, per Cointelegraph. Well, isn't that special? All right, so our top 5 crypto gainers for today. You gotta let me know in the chat below. Do you want the gainers first, or do you want the losers first? I'm gonna do the gainers first because that's where they're at right now. Okay, okay. So obviously, a lot of these are small cap coins that I've never heard of. Based on available data from X posts and web sources, here are the top 5 gainers in the last 24 hours. Percentage price increase. Cryptocurrencies with verified market cap and volume greater than $50,000. Okay. Number 1, Spring Staked Sui. Never heard of it, but it's up 369%. That's incredible. Surged due to staking hype on the Sui network. Well, that's cool. Number 2, Diverge Loop DLC. Up 186%. Gained traction from new DeFi integrations. Covalent X token, CXT. Up 64%, boosted by cross-chain data solution adoption. Moonpig. Up 55%, meme coin rally fueled by social media buzz. Purr. Up 45%, community-driven token spiked on X Hype. And the top 5 losers of today, Sui Bridged Ether. Isn't that funny? They're both Sui. Spring Staked Sui gained, and Sui Bridged Ether lost 33%, plummeted due to Sui network hack concerns. WAL, W-A-L, dropped amid low liquidity and fading hype, 12% down. Trump coin fell 5% as Trump's crypto ventures face probes. Thanks, Democrats. Number 4, Sui is down 5%, hit by fallout from the 200 million liquidity pool hack. Oh, and Pi Network, that sucks. We were just talking about that. Down 4.73%, declined due to ongoing delays in mainnet launch. That's alright, they'll get there. Livestream talking points, things for you to chat about in the comments below. Drop them down. What do you think? Bitcoin's $107,000 slide, Terra fears, or healthy correction? Trump's dinner probe, will it tank Trump coin or spark a rally? Sui's $200 million hack, time to ditch layer 1s or double down? Meme coins like Cookie and Moonpig, FOMO traps or quick flips? Hong Kong and New York City's crypto moves, global adoption or regulatory cage? All right, we're going to check in with our markets here. We looked at Cardano. Let's look. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I just clicked off of that. Come on now, get it together. So we're a little bit later than we usually are today, so we're going to get another candle here in a few minutes. All right, let's check in with our markets here. So, we are looking at a price of $107,548.89. That's a special number to me. That's my birth year. All right. Yeah, so we pumped up to just about, yeah, look at that. I mean, right on the line. Can you see that? It's right on that line for 112,000, like legit exactly on that line. Oh, wow. Okay, there it is, 100. How does that happen? The high of this candle is $112,000 exactly. No hundreds, no tens, no ones, no tenths of a cent, and no cents. That makes no sense. Okay, are we getting the feeling that this is a little manipulated? I sure hope not. But then the next candle had a peak of $111,999.99. How the fuck does that happen? I'm just saying. How the fuck does that happen? I don't know. I don't get that. It makes zero sense. But that's fun. Okay, so we are holding a $106,000 low, which if we zoom out was our resistance, basically, you know, 105, 106, we're right here, 107. So yeah, so we're testing our support level, and that is okay. That is a healthy little thing that we like to do. Okay, now if we're looking at this global liquidity index as an indicator and as a forecaster, we're gonna go up tomorrow, hopefully, and then up again, and then Monday's gonna be super up. And we've got a holiday weekend here in the United States, Memorial Day. So we're gonna be thinking about those who gave their lives in sacrifice for our freedom. And I respect them 100%, 110%. And I cherish their memories. And so we'll be enjoying a 3-day weekend. And so maybe we'll be enjoying some Bitcoin pumping as well. All right, next, let's get into our Cardano as the metal kicks in. So metal! All right. So that is quite a fluctuation here. We started at 74, we ran up to 84, and we dropped back down to 74. Bro, where'd you go? Would you have to poop or something? Welcome back, Mr. Butters. I've been having a great old time without you, so whenever this is done, you're gonna have to go back and watch all the fun stuff I've been having. All fun stuff I've been talking about. Maybe, that's a yes. That's okay. Everybody poops. That's a book. Read it to your kids. Bro, let me just address something for a moment that you said in the Discord. 2 cents? 2 cents for electricity? I'm moving to freaking Washington. I like the cold. Good Lord, man. Oh my God. Oh, get on it. That is basically free power. Basically free power. I just found out, okay, I'm a piano technician, okay, that's what I went to school for. I went to college and university to be a composer, which is why this AI music is just like insane, because I spent my whole life learning how to make music, and now I can make any song within 10 seconds. but it's helpful that I know what I'm looking for, so I can craft it exactly how I want it, and it usually works out pretty well. But then after that, in my senior year of university, I took an intro class to piano technology, and that led me down a road to getting certified twice in piano technology and starting a business at the age of 24, 12 years ago. And so I have a friend. I was like, where am I going with this? I have a friend who he rents a workshop space, and he told me that he doesn't have a power bill. And I said, really? That's very interesting. Do you mind if I run some equipment at your shop? So I'm gonna see. I don't know if that will fly, but I'm literally gonna try and bring maybe one, maybe two of my miners down there and see if I can hook them up and run them for free. For free! I got your 2 cents right here. You know what I mean? That would be crazy. That would be wild. So anyway, that would be insane. If I could literally mine Bitcoin for free. I don't think it'll last long if it does happen. Okay, we just got a new candle, and it looks like it bottomed, and it's going to start going back up here. And you can see in the momentum wave, we're kind of hitting the bottom, and we're going to start sweeping back up. So let's see if that works out. Bitcoin, are we doing the same thing? Yeah, basically. This has got a big wave. It's got a big momentum wave down, and it's starting to sweep back up. See, this is our low, and now we're coming back up here. So that's good. That's very good. All right. Bitcoin hash rate staying pretty stable, which is great. You want your network to be stable. Okay, a little update on my node. I'm having a hell of a time. I hope by the end of this weekend that I'm going to have enough time to do all the things that I want to do and get my node back up and running. It's freaking annoying. But I've been learning a lot about Bitcoin knots, which is the other, I think there's 2 main softwares. There may be others, I don't know exactly, although maybe I should. But there are 2 main softwares. One of them is Bitcoin Core, which is the people who want to allow you to put JPEGs and other trash in the blockchain. And then there's Bitcoin Knots, who empowers you to disallow that sort of thing. And I forgot to hang my HODL sign. So I will be treading hell and high water to get my node up and running again this weekend. So look forward to some news on that. And I'm going to try and put out some shorts too, so stay posted. All right, what is this? Okay, our weekly candles, just to check in with that. And then our stable coins. So Bitcoin is, I'm going to make this bigger because that's just annoying. There you go. So Bitcoin has dropped. Bitcoin has dropped. So stable coins have gained. It's a contrarian. I think maybe I'll look at this instead of the DXY. Because who cares about the DXY? Oh, what is this? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's reload this because I don't think that's right. What? Oh, I guess it was because we dropped. So we dropped back down to a fear and greed index of 67. We're still greedy. I think we were up to, I saw a video earlier that said we were up into extreme greed, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So who knows? But we've dropped that back down a little bit because the market's dropping. But that's okay. Wow, look at those inflows. Is that yesterday? That's 2 days ago. That's crazy. That's big. Okay, everything else still pretty much the same. So that's good. All right, let's check in here. Let's reload this. Our Google Trends for Bitcoin. It's still going up. It's going up. That's good. 18 to 24. So that'll end tomorrow and we'll get a new chart info. So this is good. I've got some new data points that we're gonna keep up with. So that'll be cool here. Did we drop back down below Amazon? What do you think? Let me refresh this. Oh, we're holding strong. Oh, wow. Look at that. What is that? 10, whatever that percentage is. Very small. 10, 100, is that 1,000th of a point? 1/1000th of a thing. That's incredible. But we're holding it. And if we start to go back up, when we start to go back up, we will get further ahead of it. But that's crazy that we're holding position number 5 as the 5th most valuable asset by market cap. 1 billion? I don't know numbers. I'm very bad at math. But isn't this tens, hundreds, thousandth? I'm not talking about how much it is in a number. Yeah, that would be $1 billion. I'm just talking about as far as decimals. This is the tens place, the hundreds place, and the thousands place. I think. It's been a while since I've had to think about decimal places. But I'm pretty sure we're just off by 1/1000th of a percentage. But yes, it's definitely like $1 billion or something. So yeah, Butters is saying 0.001 trillion equals 1 billion. Yes, but I was trying to logic out what decimal place that was, and I think it's the 1000th place in decimals. I'm not having a very logical day today with my speaking. Okay, is that it? Are we getting into market sentiment already? Is that it? I did. Oh no. Oh my god, that's so sad. Let the kid have his goal. That's okay. It's okay. That's sad. Okay, so I didn't see that earlier. That's not in my bookmarks. All right, let's see my bookmarks today, because I did have some chance. This is just fun. I want to know the original video of this. This is just fun. Is this tap dancing? Are they tap dancing? It just looks like fun. It's a big old group of people having a good old time. So this is footage from the Trump coin dinner. I'm just kidding. But that's so cool. Is that tap dancing? Because that looks like a lot of fun. I don't know how to tap dance. I'm going to do lots of other dancing, but not that. Okay. If you are new to Bitcoin, have zero exposure, feel priced out at 112,000. I'm going to read you. This is a thread, and we're going to go down the rabbit hole a little bit. Okay, so Danny Marquez, investing informant. Okay, so he's saying if you're new to Bitcoin, you have zero exposure, and you feel priced out at $112,000, meaning that you don't think you can afford it. The following has probably crossed your mind. It's too expensive. There's little upside to buying at $110,000 plus. I can only buy $10, $50 at a time. That won't amount to anything. Can you pick up on my sarcasm? It's too expensive. I'll just wait for the next bear market. These reactions are common, but this line of thinking misdiagnoses what Bitcoin is. Everyone gets hung up about the price of Bitcoin. At 30K, it was too expensive. At 80K, it was too expensive. At 100K, it's too expensive. It certainly feels that way. If you're living in the fiat world and you're like, I just don't have a spare $100,000 sitting around. I can't buy Bitcoin. You can't buy one Bitcoin. But you got to remember, you don't need one Bitcoin. It's not possible for everybody to have one Bitcoin. If you do have one Bitcoin, congratulations, sir or madam. Enjoy and hodl. And at $1 million per coin, they'll say the same thing. The real questions you need to be asking are, what am I actually buying when I buy Bitcoin? What do I need exposure to it? Why do I need exposure to it? What's happening to the fiat system that I'm implicitly all in on? I am not. When you buy Bitcoin, you are not buying a company. You are not buying cash flow. You are acquiring a fraction of a monetary network, a decentralized bearer asset with the credibility of mathematics and the neutrality of software. At the same time, you're acquiring a claim on a finite resource that can't be debased. That is the most important thing to realize. Inflated, controlled, or seized. Although it can kind of be seized, but that's here or there. An irrational bet against fiat failure. You need it because it's your only way out of a system in terminal debt spiral. Even the world's reserve currency, the dollar, is fundamentally flawed, which also means that every other currency is worse off. Right? If the best one is completely fucked, the rest of them are completely even more fucked. Every year, governments print more money and increase the supply of their currency. What happens when you increase the supply of something? It becomes less valuable. Fiat currencies are engineered to decay by design and must inflate to service debt and fund governments. This isn't political. It's what it is. Consider yourself lucky that you don't live in one of the countries listed where currency decay isn't the exception, but default. In Turkey or Argentina, you're losing 31% and 54% all year holding their fiat. Holding versus savings in these currencies means you're all in on something that's bleeding out double digits a year, silently taxing your future. 54% Turkey, 31% Iran, 27% Nigeria, okay? Switzerland, 0.8. Full disclosure, I hold some Swiss francs as a hedge against the dollar. Just because I'm curious. I love other currencies. I love dollars and coins and things like that, but I do hold some cash in Swiss francs. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. Just because. More than 80% of the US dollars in circulation today were created after the year 2000. From 2020 to 2023, it had the highest year-over-year jumps in history. 14 trillion to 22 trillion in circulation. That makes me sick to my stomach. A 57% jump in 3 years. A big old, I'm throwing F-bombs around today. I'm so sorry. I'm riled up. A big old F-U to everyone who has dollars and cents in their bank. Oh, we don't give a shit about you. We're just going to print and print and print and then tax you on that money that you earned. Isn't that great? Trillions of dollars are printed seemingly overnight, and you're broke and you can't afford eggs or milk or beef or anything. You feel good? Does that feel good? It doesn't feel good. These people are sick, basically. Do you understand how insane that is? If they keep printing money like that, and they will, because the country is drowning in debt, the value of your dollars are going to keep evaporating. Your bank account is a melting ice cube. Your salary is measured in a deteriorating, unit. The US is running out of road. Its national debt is $36 trillion. It's a number so large, it's nearly impossible to comprehend, except by understanding this, that we borrow money just to pay the interest on what is already borrowed. Your US dollar has the same nominal value on paper as $1. But that piece of paper buys you less goods and services over time. And remember, you have no vote on the dollar and how it's taxed. When you earn, you're taxed. When you own, you're taxed. When you spend, you're taxed. When you die, you're taxed. And the worst of it all, worst tax of all, the silent tax, inflation. If the cost of capital, inflation, for the last few decades is about 10%, which it's not, it's more than that, your purchasing is eroding in value by 10% every year. The US money supply, look at that. Completely inverse relationship. From the US M2 money supply to the purchasing power of $1. From 1960 to 2024. Went from $1 and zero or whatever, basically zero, to 9 cents. If you had $1 in 1960 and you saved it until now, it's worth 9 cents. Congratulations. Congratulations. All this begs the question, how much longer can you afford to stay in a system stealing from you? The system we're living in is broken. The dollar loses 10 to 15% of its purchasing power every year, devaluing everything you own. In other words, your money's getting weaker, and it'll keep getting weaker. Governments will keep printing money because they have no other choice. It doesn't matter who's in office. That's why your savings buys you less food, less gas, and less housing every year. Inflation is not some temporary phenomenon. It's a feature of the system. Bitcoin fixes this. There's only 21 million to go around, and an estimate 6 million Bitcoin are lost and unrecoverable forever. That's crazy. So 15 million Bitcoin left. That's it. No one can print more. No one can inflate it. No one can manipulate it. The inflation rate of Bitcoin is the issuance of new Bitcoin. God, man. I wish I could have gotten in. Why? Anyway, so 50 Bitcoin. Oh my God. From 2009 to 2013. 25 Bitcoin. This is per block. 50 Bitcoin per block for like 4 years. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. 25 Bitcoin per block. That's the block reward. That's how Laszlo got 10,000 Bitcoin that he didn't care about in 2010 because he mined them 50 at a time. And so if he can spend 10,000 Bitcoin on pizzas, he's obviously got more than that he doesn't care about. And they were worth 0.004 cents at that time. Okay? Then 12 Bitcoin, then 6 Bitcoin. I remember getting in. Okay, so I got in 2020 when the block reward was 12.5 Bitcoin. Why wasn't I mining back then? Why? 6.25 Bitcoin after that, and now we are in the reign of 3.125 Bitcoin as the block reward. And then it will continue to diminish. 1.56, 0.78. But imagine, so we have the next, who knows what it goes to today, or this cycle, right? Who knows? And then the next cycle, who knows? We could be at, I think Michael Saylor says, by 2030 or something like that, we're going to be at $1 million Bitcoin. And then by 2040 or something like that, we're going to be at like $13 million Bitcoin. So 0.039 of a Bitcoin at $13 million a coin is pretty good. Let's figure out what that is. I'm getting fired up on this story because it's kind of pissing me off. $13 million. Is it times 0.39? 5? Wow. So at $13 million a coin per one Bitcoin, 0.39 Bitcoin is worth $5 million. So you don't have to get that reward, but if you can get to, right now, that's $39,000. That seems like a lot. If you dollar cost average in from now until then, I think you could afford $40,000 in 10, 15 years. How much is that? Let's do some math here. $40,000 divided by 15 years. That's $3,000, 2.666 a year. So divided by 12, that's $200 a month. $200 a month for the next 15 years. And that will get you about $40,000 worth of Bitcoin at today's price. So of course, as the price goes up, you'll get less, but it does fluctuate. So as it goes down, you'll get more. So if you can accumulate, if you can accumulate 0.1 Bitcoin, let's look at that. So 13 million times 0.1. Yeah, if you can accumulate 0.1 Bitcoin at a price of $13 million, that's $1.3 million. And right now that's $10,000. So $10,000 divided by 15 is $600 a year. So divided by 12 is $50 a month. So if you can afford $50 a month, yeah, right? These numbers are amazing. And I don't like math either, unless it has to do with Bitcoin, because it means I'm getting rich, hopefully. But okay, so assuming someone has 0.1 Bitcoin in the year 2041, you will be a millionaire. Okay? Let's do a little bit of timeline math. So 2025, so 2050, let's just say, is 25 years from now. As a working adult, 36, let's just use 35 for fun math, to 40 to 50. So 50 is when I plan to retire as a teacher. But again, I had some news that we're going to talk about. There's nothing to talk about today. I was going to talk about it, but there's nothing to talk about. So I'll wait till next week, till something may happen, and I find out more about what's happening with my career. But I planned to be a teacher until I was 50. So I will never be a millionaire as a teacher. I think we can agree on this. But given my current circumstances, if I have 0.1 Bitcoin at least, I will be a millionaire by 2050. That's fucking cool. That's really fucking cool. Okay, so let's continue this thread, because that might just be all we're talking about today, but I'm going to finish this thread. We're still only at 44 minutes. Do we have an F-bomb count? Because it's a lot. So here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. If you measure anything in Bitcoin over the past decade, it's getting cheaper. A car used to cost 10 Bitcoin. Now it costs 0.1 Bitcoin. A house used to cost 664 Bitcoin. Now it costs 6. 2016. And not only is it getting cheaper in terms of Bitcoin, it's getting more expensive in terms of dollars. Does that surprise you when they add all this money into the money supply and then things get more expensive? Is that surprising to you? Because it shouldn't be. Bitcoin is the freedom outside the current system because no government, no central bank, no CEO can mess with it. It works for you, not against you. It converts weak money, your dollars, into strong money, Bitcoin. Seems like a rational thing you can do to protect your wealth over the long term, especially if your purchasing power is growing at a compounded annual growth rate of 50% relative to other assets. Annual growth rate of Bitcoin in the last 7 years, the last 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. So the average, I mean, look at how minuscule these are. You're doing great if you're doing 10%. Equities, so stocks, you might do 10%. Bonds, blah, blah, blah. Commodities, blah, blah, blah. Bonds are so low. Look at that BS. Emerging markets, even emerging markets, look at this. Nothing compares to Bitcoin. Commodities, gold. Gold is stable. Bitcoin is volatile. People are afraid of volatility, but you need volatility to make the money. But you can hold it without, but can you hold it without selling? The absolute worst return you could have had holding Bitcoin over the last few years, even through all the volatility, would have seen the purchasing power of your savings grow by at least 30%. That's the worst it's done. Name me one other asset class that's been able to do this over the last decade. You can't, because there is no second best, as Michael Saylor says. We're in the early innings of monetary digitization. That's what's really exciting. Bitcoin is not too expensive at $112,000. It's 0.55% of the global wealth base. 2.2 trillion of 400 trillion. A 7.2x from here simply brings it into parity with gold's $16 trillion market cap, an asset with inferior properties in portability, verifiability, and auditability. Very attainable. 106 million people in the world own some Bitcoin. That's not a lot. That's not a lot at all. 1.3% of the world's population. That's nothing. So 7.9 billion people approximately left to buy the remaining 15 million real Bitcoin supply. Divide that evenly. Each person in the... Oh man. This gives you hope right here. Divided equally, each person on Earth could only have 0.0019 Bitcoin. That's not 10,000. That's not 1,000. That's $190, my friends. Can you afford $190? I sure hope you can. If not, you need to be working more. If you don't have $190 laying around extra, seriously. If you have $10,000 sitting in a bank account, I don't, but if you do, and it's just sitting in a bank account, take $200 and put it into Bitcoin. What is it that is scaring you? What are you afraid of? This video needs to get out to people. This thread needs to get out to people. I'm going to retweet this, repost this on X. I never even used it when it was called Twitter, so I don't know why I call it Twitter. That's $190, people. I didn't even read that next line. At price of $111,000, that's less than $200 in Bitcoin per person. Peanuts. I sure hope that you have more than $200 of Bitcoin. I sure hope you do. That's crazy math. So that means... I mean, let's continue our train of thought here. So 13 million is our relatively soon, in the next 10 to 15 year price target, right? So times 0.0019. So at 13, okay. Here's your motivation here. If you have $200, I'm sure, hopefully you have more than that you can put in. But at a price of $13 million per one Bitcoin, your $200 can turn to $24,000. So anything more than that, you're looking good. So throw $200 in there. Do you want to miss out on $20,000? I don't think so. All right. So I'm going to repost this on X. I'm not going to sit here and read all night, but this is real stuff right in front of you. Let me go back because I'm so lost in the sauce right now. I gotta go back. Okay, let's repost this. That's incredible. Worth the read, incredibly exciting and motivating. Hey, I've been talking for a while. It's time to stay hydrated.
I have no children. When I'm gone, I'm gone. I've got, just like Satoshi left 1 million Bitcoin to the universe, so I'm leaving whatever I've got to the civilization. I'm a single guy.
Does Michael Saylor have a Steinway piano? I'm gonna call him up and get that tuned. I love that cat meme so much. All right, Crypto Crow posts something here. I don't know who Alex Becker is, but I don't know. Apparently he shit talks people online, so that's fun. Do you know who he is? Wow, okay. So a call option. Let me look up what that is. A call, a put, and a call. I think a call is like a long, right? A put is a short and a call is a long, I think. What is a call option? Call option is a contract that gives the buyer the option to right to buy an asset at a specified price within a time. So simply labor to call. Buyer and the seller. Okay, a long call. Oh, okay. So, so there is a long call and a short call. What's the difference between a call and a put? I remember trying to learn this when I was learning how to trade, and I'm like, what the hell? What is this? Answer with AI. Just make it easy for me, please. Call versus put options. Call option. Oh my god, why is this so confusing? This is why people don't trade. And maybe you shouldn't either. A call option gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to buy a specific. Okay, so call is buy, put is sell. Got it. You got it? So, I don't know what this means. Anyway, a $300,000 price is the most popular call option. So, I don't know how you make money on it, but anyway, that's trading. I thought that was interesting. Let's move on. Just in, over 24,000 new Cardano ADA wallets have been created in May alone. That's exciting. And all of those people, all of those wallets will be eligible for the Midnight Token airdrop when that happens. Stay posted for more. Okay, this was a topic of some controversy. Michael Saylor. Yes, this right here. So, Michael Saylor posted a picture on Bitcoin Pizza Day where his company, Strategy, bought a bunch of Bitcoin and they paid in US dollars. Bro, come on, really? Pay with dollars, eat the pizza, keep the Bitcoin. Okay, we get it, but we're trying to do spend and replace over here. Pay with Bitcoin, eat the pizza, replace the Bitcoin with dollars. Got it? How am I supposed to eat the pizza when I sold my teeth? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Imagine being so brainwashed that instead of being happy about the elimination of truly wasteful spending, you attack the person who uncovers it. Make it make sense. That reply is too freaking funny. I've seen some of those posts, and I think I've saved some of them too, so they are freaking hilarious. And then I accidentally got down this rabbit hole. I thought I was just on my feed, but it was actually just the replies to this. But yeah, this whole Doge thing is ridiculous. Like, literally, let the man cook. Let him do... This is so embarrassing for our country. When someone, out of the kindness of their hearts, despite what you may think of him, Elon Musk, he's trying to help out the country. And he's uncovering all this wasteful spending. The GOP's failure to codify Doge's $160 billion in cuts via the Implementing Doge Act HR 199 isn't just disappointing. It's a betrayal of fiscal responsibility. While Musk's team exposed the rot, career politicians like Susan Collins and Tom Cole, these people deserve to be called out by name. Susan Collins and Tom Cole are blocking real reform, clinging to the bloated foreign aid and bureaucratic slush funds. Congress had a chance to lock in savings, enforce accountability, and prove they're serious about the debt. Instead, they're not. Cowardice. Talk is cheap. Permanent cuts require spine. You must make the difficult decisions if you're going to save this country. Unused phone lines. These are all in the same line of comments and stuff like that. So the Department of Government Efficiency on Twitter. Unused phone lines. Of the 1,048, whatever that is. Oh, U.S. Office of Personnel Management, maybe? Phone lines, 198, 19%, were either unused or duplicated. OPM canceled these lines. It took 1 hour, resulting in around $100,000 a year in savings. Since OPM is 0.1% of the federal government, this suggests that $100 million a year is wasted on unused lines. That's a little bit of an extrapolation, just using the stuff that they had, but hey, who knows? Like, if you're not selling Bitcoin, well, I liked it. I'm not selling Bitcoin. This is interesting. Oh yeah, there's that guy, Carl Menger. What a time to be a Bitcoiner. 111,111 and 11 cents. And an hourly purchase. Okay, I thought I was ballsy. Not ballsy, but I thought I was goated or whatever for buying it every day. And every hour? Okay, I see you. That's crazy. This is crazy. Even this dip follows the global liquidity perfectly. It's crazy. My chart is not lined up, but it's the same chart. Okay, so I don't know. And then I'm looking at the exact same Bitcoin chart and the exact same M2 chart. So that's interesting. Interesting. Look what we're looking forward to. $130,000 pretty soon. An asset doesn't need to be used as a medium of exchange to be a great store of value. President Trump says tariffs are helping, not hurting Americans. They're not hurting, they're helping because they're creating jobs in America.
Investment in America, we're not getting ripped off by every country in the world. We've been ripped off by every country in the world. They're making their product, they sell it. They don't give our people the jobs, they make them with other countries' jobs. And we will have something that nobody will ever see again, I think. I think we have a potential to do numbers that we never envisioned in the wildest year. Look at.
It's so great. He's doing such good things. Come to perhaps obvious conclusion that accelerating GDP growth is essential. Doge has and will do great work to postpone the day of bankruptcy of America, but the profligacy of government means that only radical improvements in productivity can save our country. So this is an interesting thought. This guy says, I wonder if this is why Elon has somewhat moved away from politics in order to accelerate GDP growth with humanoid robots. If he believes this is the only solution, then this would be his most logical choice. That's interesting. That's why it's important to hold Bitcoin, because once robots are doing all the menial labor, what are you going to do for work? Just in, Trump is making digital assets a priority. We're going big on digital assets, says Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. That's great. Okay, so once we hit 120,000 per Bitcoin, $4 billion of Bitcoin shorts will be liquidated. Let's get it. Let's get it. Don't sell your Bitcoin to the whales. Don't feed the whales. They'll get it somewhere. Don't give them yours. I don't. Oh, this is that Menger guy. This is hilarious. The wheel is invented. Oh, come on now. The wheel is invented. Right? Right? The wheel's invented, right? Nope. And he's got a bottle of water. That's kind of wild. Okay. Charles Hoskinson says, as predicted, big banks explore joint stablecoin venture. Wall Street Journal. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citibank, Wells Fargo among banks in talks. Wow. Okay. Cold card for Bitcoin Pizza Day. So we're getting, I think this is yesterday's news now. So cold card is my choice now for the most reliable way to HODL your Bitcoin. Okay, this is the advanced version, the Cold Card Q. Let's pull up Cold Card here real quick. I don't have any affiliation with them. I bought one with my own money, and I use it mostly because of Matthew Crater, and mostly because of the problems that I had with another crypto wallet, my BC Vault, which I learned about from Crypto Casey, and then all of a sudden she stopped talking about it. And years went by, and the app stopped working on my computer. And I had to go through leaps and bounds. I installed it on a Linux machine just to get into the app. And then I couldn't send a Cardano transaction for months. But luckily they do have, people to help you, customer service, troubleshooting. And they weren't much help, but they kind of gave me a couple things to go off of. This was before I was using Grok for everything, so I didn't use Grok to help me with that. So this is what I have. I have the MK4. It's just a little guy. And the way that you use these devices is air-gapped. So there's a SD card in here, a micro SD card. And you remove that, put it on in your computer, whatever, and you create a transaction. You bring the card back over here. This device is called a signing device, okay? That's what your hardware wallet is. Your hardware wallet, your cold wallet, is a signing device. That's all it is. It's not, this doesn't store anything. If you lose this, it's not the end of your Bitcoin, as long as you have your seed phrase. If you have your seed phrase, which is 12 to 24 words, you have the keys to your crypto. So you don't need this, but you need this to sign transactions. You don't need this to accept Bitcoin. You can put as much Bitcoin as you want in a public address, right? That's why it's not a problem to share a public address. It's a problem to share a seed phrase, because with a seed phrase, you can access the funds and you can move them with a signing device. And so this signs a transaction and verifies that you are the owner, and they store your seed phrase, right? You put in a PIN and all this stuff, and you verify that this is your Bitcoin, right? And this is only for Bitcoin. There is no altcoins on this wallet at all. Bitcoin only. Okay, so let's just look. And so it's super secure, dual secure element, verifiable source code, and true air gap. It's the only hardware wallet that avoids ever being connected to a computer for its full life cycle. You plug it into like a battery pack to give it power. From seed generation to transaction signing, uses PSBT, whatever that means, BIP74. Okay, let's find out how much it is. There wasn't much. Let's see. 167 bucks. And if you want a whole keyboard with all the extra stuff and a really nice screen, you could pay 230 bucks. But that's not the only products they have. They have Sats cards. These are pretty cool. Think of this like a gift card for Bitcoin. You buy the card for 8, 14, 6, however much money they are. They make all kinds of ones. Bitcoin standard, US dollar purchasing power. Don't buy that stupid crap. Now that I know what that is, I'm like, man, screw that shit. Bitcoin wizards. That's like trash on the blockchain, so don't do that. Okay. Yeah, all kinds of really cool themes for these little cards. You can give these as gifts. If you want to get somebody into Bitcoin and you want to do this, you buy a Sats card and you load it up with some Satoshis and you give it to somebody. And that's the easy way to just say, hey, here, you can have some crypto now. Anyway, so they also have, where is it? Is this it? What is this? Ooh, that's new. I haven't seen that. A 25 millimeter, 1-inch chip. Chip only version. Okay, so there's a card version. Huh. I have no idea what that is. I was looking for, they must have gotten rid of it because it was so old. It was like a, I don't know. It was like a little, I don't know. Anyway, it was like a little USB thing that you could load up with Bitcoin. Anyway, so that is the CoinKite store. You can check them out. They got all kinds. Oh, there it is. That's it. OpenIMD. So this is physical Bitcoin. I don't know exactly what that means. Oh, you can load it with Satoshis, Bitcoin, and pass it on to somebody like a dollar, like an actual physical money. And so when you spend it, you actually poke a hole in that, and then it disables it after the fact. unseal anytime to spend online. And then it's done, and it's gone, and that's the end of it. So check that out. It's interesting. I think we're going to end it here. Where are we at? We are right over an hour. Yeah, so we saw all this stuff. This is all yesterday's news. We don't want yesterday's news. We want prehistoric strippers. That's what we want. Yeah, that's what we want. She looks pretty good for a Neanderthal. He's got freaking bottled water. All right, friends. I think I've had enough of prehistoric strippers. That should be a band name. Prehistoric strippers. That's a good one. This has been a fucking fun Friday on HODL Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches. I have been Tom Durante, the maestro. You see my plaque. Your guide. No, that's my other channel. I'm sorry. A crypto enthusiast who got into this wild world back in 2020 with a GPU mining rig and a passion for passive income. Are you riding this crypto wave with me as I'm watching prehistoric strippers? You gotta wait for it to come back around. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I hope you had a great time tonight hanging out with me, talking Bitcoin, talking some real passionate subjects today. Did we pass an hour yet? No, we haven't, but let's just check in with our candles here. What's happened? Oh, look. It's starting to come back, like I said. This candle was bigger, and now it's getting smaller, which means the price is going up. Let's reload here a minute. Yeah, look. The candle's getting smaller. So that means the price is going up, and our wave is going up. Just like I told you. All right, Mr. Butters, it's time to call it a night. So, I hope you had a great night on this Friday edition. I will be back tomorrow with a market update because at this time in the market, there's stuff happening every day, and that's exciting. And I'm riding this crypto wave. Are you? Are your bags packed? Are you ready to go? Some things you should do for the benefit of all mankind and womankind, if you really want me to say that. Number 1. Be kind and respectful to this person here in the mirror. That is truly the only person who matters. Number 2, be nice to other people, even if they don't deserve it. Oh, I'm getting there, Butters. I'm getting there. Number 3, be respectful to all earthlings, big and small. And number 4, stay hydrated. Your body is mostly water. Get your daily dose. I love water. Nice and cold water. If you want to help out this channel, if you enjoy what I do, if you enjoy this channel's mission to educate you and inform you and enlighten you and inspire you. I just made all that up. But it works. I gotta remember that. Educate, inform. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Educate, inform, inspire? Were there 3 or 4? I lost track. I just came off the top of my head. Anyway, if you enjoy this channel's mission, please hit the like button. Whoosh, smash the subscribe. Whoosh, poke the notification bell. And share this video with all your friends, all of your family. That weird guy down the street. Have you not shared it with him yet? You should share it with him. And when you do, go find the next guy down the next street and share it with him. Because we got to get this message out to everyone. Make sure that you get your, what is it, point 0019. I'm going to write that somewhere. 0.0019. Where's my pencil? Make sure you get your 0.0019 Bitcoin for the sake of humanity. And the most important thing that you should do, my dear friends, is have a great night.